2020, I'm most excited about personalised audio. Everyone will see that it's a revolutionary approach. It's going to become a mainstay of marketing plans. Anyone who's done econometrics for a brand will know that radio is by far the most, often the most effective medium. So when you add digital and give audio context based on location, based on time of day, based on current events, that's when you can take a good ad and make it brilliant. And so it can really stand out. And then when you add mobile, when you record it using 3D sound technology, that's when it gets really exciting.
I'm most excited about digital becoming properly creative in 2020, as technology, as creative, and new formats all come together.
Firstly is probably CTV. We have been talking about it for the last year or two. I think the reality is that as an experience for consumers, it's not been anywhere near where it needs to be, and I think brands need confidence before they start investing money there. What we're starting to see is more integrated experiences with CTV content being built into consumer devices. I recently just got a Samsung TV. Pluto TV is plumbed into it and looks like Freeview. And I think the more we see of more integrated experiences, the more we'll see consumers adopting this, and that will encourage more investment.
So in 2020, for digital advertising, I'm most excited about the fact that finally, at long last, regulation and browsers are starting to kick in to protect user data from being processed left, right, and center in favor of privacy and the rise, therefore, of contextual advertising to the fore.
Okay, so the things I'm most excited about is how we can really make consumer user experience in content a lot better. I think we're going to be able to look at multiple touch points, multiple platforms, and really enhance their experience to deliver sales for clients, but also to be able to just make people enjoy media again. Advertising got a bit of a bad name in this year. Now we've sorted through all the restraints that we have around attributions and IDs and privacy. I think it would be a really good time for us to focus on the content and delivering that to people.
Advertisers should be excited about digital in 2020 because the industry's growing up, and it's largely because of ad blockers. So the UK is the 5th biggest market in terms of ad blocking in the world. And because of that, the industry's had no choice but to get better. So I think the era of hype, cowboy selling, shit intrusive ads is very much over, and we're seeing a huge focus on the customer experience in digital. So there's loads more creative assets made bespoke for digital. They're slicker, they're punchier, they're more entertaining. So I think in 2020, advertisers can look forward to pissing people off less.
Advertisers should be most excited, I think, in 2020 about integrated technologies enabling better quality data to flow through them and result in better creatives in advertising.
So advertisers should be excited next year that they can find themselves on more quality placements with innovations like brand safety, run semantically, and contextual advertising that gives them much, much higher engagement than some of the more traditional, cheaper placements.
So advertisers for the last probably 2 years have been really focused heavily on transparency. There's been a lot of trust issues in the space, and over the last year there's been a lot of effort going into initiatives so that the value chain, the supply chain from agency through DSP to exchange to publisher can try and provide the insight and transparency that's needed to build trust back up. So I'm hopeful that 2020 is the year where we see brands trust digital.
Okay, so for advertisers, the really exciting thing is the accountability of media. I think we've gone from now, we're looking at more formats that are available in a programmatic or a digital way, and that enables them to have real accountability of their advertising spend. So whether that be from digital out of home moving to digital out of home, TV moving to programmatic TV or connected TV, that really gives them the opportunity to see what works, what doesn't, and how to connect the full ecosystem.
I don't know that consumers are ever going to be excited about digital advertising. However, what we're seeing is some really nice new forms of targeting. that make advertising within digital a lot more relevant and a lot more appropriate. So we're seeing loads more digital targeting based on mood, based on mindset, that doesn't require first-party data. So I'll give you an example. The New York Times now enable you to target online people based on how they're likely to feel after they've read an article, which I think is absolute genius. So this kind of subtle innovation is actually going to make the whole online experience far more pleasant for consumers.
I think consumers are going to get better advertising next year, more engageable ads that are less personalised but more contextualised.
I think for consumers it's exciting because they're going to get a lot more relevant media. So it's going to be relevant to their need state. We're moving from audience segments to contextual relevant signals that they give us to put more and better products in front of them.